as adopted by the Tennessee General Assembly and signed by the Governor, to adopt a new private act charter for the City of Millington. Whereas, at the request of the City of Millington, the General Assembly of the State of Tennessee enacted Chapter number 58 of the Private Acts of 2012 for the purpose of deleting in its entirety the existing Private Act Charter of the City established by Chapter 238 of the Private Acts for 1903, as amended the old charter, and adopting in its place instead the new Private Act Charter for the City of Millington as set out in Private Chapter number 58. And whereas the Governor of the State of Tennessee signed Chapter number 58 on April 27, 2012, and whereas the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Millington desires to approve Chapter 58 and the adoption of the new Private Act Charter set out therein, in accordance with Tennessee Code Annotated Section 8-3-202. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Millington, Tennessee, that Chapter number 58 of the Private Acts of 2012, as adopted by the General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, and signed by the Governor, which deletes in its entirety the old charter, and adopts the new Private Act Charter for the City of Millington as set out therein, be, and the same hereby is, approved. Be it further resolved that the Mayor be, and she hereby is, authorized to proclaim approval of this resolution and provide for its certification to the Tennessee Secretary of State upon adoption of this resolution, in accordance with Tennessee Code Annotated Section 8-3-202. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall take effect upon its adoption for public welfare required.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion?
I'd just like to say something on that. I think everybody understands my concern in the city charter about the city manager not having hiring and firing authority. I made that clear. But it's my understanding that due to the sequence of events for getting the school referendum on board, and Mr. Peters, correct me if I'm wrong, we need to have the referendum to the Shelby County Election Commission by the 1st of June. In order to do that, this charter has to be approved, because with the old charter we need a 10-day approval, a waiting period after the ordinance is approved. Is that correct?
You are correct about that.
So it's important that this charter be approved, because we want the school referendum to go up to the people to vote. I mean, that was one of my oppositions, again, was the lack of the city manager not having the hiring and firing authority. I wish we could have had a referendum on it. I'd love for the people to be able to vote on it. I think we all would like to have done that if we had time. My big concern, of course, is getting a city manager who's willing to take the job if he doesn't have the hiring and firing authority, and hopefully we can do that. But anyway, I'll go along with the city charter.
Anyone else? May I have roll call, please?
Mr. Lowry?
Aye.
Mr. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Morgan?
Aye.
Mr. Cole?
Aye.
Mr. Carter?
Aye.
Mr. Carter?
Aye.
Mr. Hyde?
Aye.
Motion passes. I think that you all have witnessed a historical moment in the history of Millington. My preacher Sunday made a statement, and I wrote it in my Bible, and it said, if you look backwards, you can never move forward. And I think that's so very true about this, and I appreciate this board for the hours that they spent. Appreciate Ms. Lapidus for the hours that she spent, so many others for their input into this, because I think this definitely moves this city forward in a great way. Next item on the agenda is the public hearing for ordinance